something I wanted to speak on before I forget. Um, the one I just seen some dudes on some motorcycles, and yeah, I like how they was organized or whatever. I personally don't like or care for motorcycles like that. Don't really want to ride. If it's got three wheels or four, I'm good on it. Depending on if you cut the fool or not. But yeah, see that and just thought about that. Wish I was out there cheering them on or whatever, just for even for a split second. And and then I thought too about how some females think that I'm in competition with them. Honey, some of these they mamas be thinking I'm in competition with them. They see me as competition, should I say? And I don't even be thinking about them paying them no money. But I'm not in competition with these females out here. I'm just me, you know. I'm me, you're you, and that's that. We could learn from each other, you know what I'm saying? And if we was meant to be close or whatever, we work together. But about the competition, I've seen at least one or two guys that I might have liked, and they ended up either liking or feeling so-called homegirl or whatever, more or whatever. And honey, I ain't no hater. I mean, well, shoot, actually, it was two dudes that was that they both was interested in the same girl, and I was interested in them or whatever. And she didn't even know I existed when she around. And again, I never hated on her. She's definitely a pretty girl, but y'all be surprised. She was trying to talk. She was trying to holler at me, trying to get me to get down with the get down. So meanwhile, you looking at her and she looking at me, and I'm like, absolutely not. So that would be the funny part to me. So yeah, I got fact remains. I got a competition with none of you, but and none of y'all mamas, none of y'all grandmamas, none of it. I'm not. It's not competition. It's just even though somebody's told me before I smash competition, but it's just I'm not competing with them. Like I'm not even saying it's enough for you to go around. I'm just saying I'm not competing with them. Um, and so the other thing I wanted to speak on was how in which I know I mentioned it before, but I'm gonna mention it again. If I have um my I just look back again and the last relationship that I took serious, I was involved with both of his, and I did say other children because they were outside my house, and but anyway, I was involved with both his children. Of course, his first daughter, I was around her more often and stuff like that. I met her mom, and I thought we was cool, just that, the third, cool enough. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with each other and whatever. It was only one sided. She wasn't really honest with me, and she probably was doing other little slick stuff. Of course, I'm sure she was encouraged by her baby daddy, but which was the baby daddy that we shared. Nah, but yeah, so that was on her, That's the type of person she showed, even though she met me. And I think, again, that's that one time she started feeling the type of way. And because I just had to correct her on her behavior, she had like got out of line with me. And it wasn't, what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it wasn't terrible because very well could be. But she got out of line with me. And just let her know, honey, that's not what I'm here for. And I'm not about to deal with that. You and him can sort that out, but I'm not going to. I'm not taking on his stuff. I don't care what you feel or think or whatever. Anyway, before I get lost. Um, so that was that. I was like able to be honest with her. I didn't lie to her. I didn't deceive her. None of that stuff. Some stuff, what I'm saying, I kept to myself as far, and it wasn't even a lot, but some stuff as far as who I am. That kept me to myself because, again, I'm not trying to be connected to you like that. I'm not trying to lay up with no female. I'm not trying to be involved with you. Like, I don't mind, but I'm not trying to get to know you like that personally. Your daughter with him, yes, you know what I'm saying? But, So anyway, the daughter was coming around. They trusted me with her. Her mom did a whole bunch of, whether it was just trusting God or trusting me with her daughter on a regular basis. Because again, I got the receipts where she was asking me to get her daughter. And then it came a time when her baby daddy, let me stop, her baby daddy, her daughter's father was, which of course was the father that I shared for my sons or whatever. But anyways, he he for whatever reason he didn't want to get his daughter. He didn't want me to get her over here. He wanted to be, I'm sure he wanted to be spiteful towards the mom and like, no, I ain't gonna get her just to let her go out and do whatever. He even got pissed off. He definitely was pissed off about child support because he mentioned it and always trying to get somebody to drop some child support, even though he must forgot that he'd be leaving households and he come have babies there, then he'll leave households. He told her mama to me, because it's what he told me. He told her mama that he would, well, allegedly, because he lies. But he said he told her mama that he would look out for her and he got her or whatever. He got her all right, yeah, and got her pregnant and left her right there and went on and moved across the way. As far as their details, I don't know all the details. I don't know if she did something first that made him feel like that, or feel okay, or knowing them, the relatives probably got in the midst and told him to do certain stuff. Like his mom is good was good for that, and one of his female sisters. I'm not gonna say both of them, but one of them who swears she runs stuff. So I don't know. Could have been not. Could have been something else. Could have been something the girl did. Whatever, whatever. But yeah, he did that to her. He did that to me. He didn't get the other girl pregnant that he was with when he was living with. He wasn't even involved with her. I'm not gonna say he wasn't involved, but he was living with her. That's when he moved over out of the place that him and his daughter's mom had and went on. And so yeah, I was around his daughter quite often. He would ask me to get her, and he wouldn't ask me as often as her mom, but he would leave her here at times or whatever and be comfortable with her here and know that she was being taken care of. She was being treated fairly. She was being treated like mine, and she was just, but her mom was actively involved. So it was some stuff that she might have got and had that my kids didn't have, and vice versa. Then the mom started feeling like her clothes and stuff was coming up missing over here. I mean, like I said before, she just got wild comfortable and all that, and just would the stuff off and it was fine. That's just the kind of household I have. Like we're at home, so we're gonna live in it. My kids was being, messy. Stuff was everywhere, was unorganized, and so she didn't like that about me, and that's understood. But she started to tell people to watch her kids' clothes as if I was stealing her. And I'm like, girl. Then there was another time the little girl lost like a hair bun type of thing. She lost earrings over here. She lost so much stuff, and she was, what I'm saying, just getting comfortable. And her mom was like, "Oh no, she wasn't having that. No, whatever. I sent my daughter over there with. I wanted to come home. Okay, I understand that, but I mean, at the time, people don't know what I was dealing with behind closed doors with him, from rape to just okay, so it was rape. It was STD, you know what I'm saying? It was goodness, it was verbal abuse definitely, of course, and just constant sexual assault, and then just, what I'm saying, just manipulation, period. And so whatever. That wasn't my priority as far as making sure her daughter kept up with her stuff. That's, what I'm saying, if I had the chance to tell it, that's how it would be told. And that's the truth of the matter, sorry, not just how it would be told. But so that, and then it got to a point where, oh, when he was about to become a truck driver, he went on the truck, whatever, and I feel like people just saw dollar signs and they thought, and they found some way to interfere and break up their, what seemed to be to them a happy home or whatever. But honey, it was by far, I was in a happy place, but he wasn't a happy man. So, so him and her somehow came together and, they decided that the daughter wasn't going to come over here no more, even though I was asking. Because by this time we had another child and I wanted her to be around her other sibling that, she was already around her first brother. And of course, he had another child, and I don't know how that was or whatever. But I wanted to eventually, yeah, get all of them here and all that or whatever. And I did one time or whatever, one or two times or something like. Well, I did for all of them, yeah, maybe like one or two, a handful of times. Got the receipts and the pictures to show that as well. But anyway, and I wasn't really taking. I shouldn't have been taking pictures like that. I should have just been enjoying the moment. But that little girl even made me upset when she came over here because she did something to my son's eye. But anyway, that's a whole nother ball game, a whole nother story for a whole nother day. And when he became the truck driver or whatever, I just feel like people started saying, "Oh no, we gotta break this up. We gotta okay, well." And then of course his own actions. I can't just deny that he didn't have anything to do with it. His stupidity and whatever, whatever. That his I feel like his mama and his daddy teamed up to keep him stuck on. Yeah, he acted on it. So yeah, started keeping the daughter away from me. I did. I was asking. I was like, "What's going on?" I wanted to come over here. She been coming over here. She said she don't want to deal with you. Okay, well, that's that. She should have told me. God was already speaking to me and letting it be known that well, he didn't let me know the details. The details didn't take long to come out because I took her off my Facebook page, and then next thing I know, whatever, whatever. He gave me that message or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, well, already ahead of the enemy and the bull crap, whatever's going on. So I left it at that. And then this my thing, he participated. And then of course that's her child, but the funny thing is y'all would utilize me when it benefited y'all, when you want to go somewhere, when you whatever, whatever. And that was often. I was with his daughter often. So, I did get to know her and had a relationship with her and stuff like that. Again, got the receipts and pictures definitely to show that because we used to go to the park, and of course I had my daughter, so they would spend time together, playing together and stuff like that, getting to know each other, stepsister, whatever, whatever. Well, that's what I was hoping for and thinking it was or whatever. But so then yeah, they stopped, and then but 2 years later, or was it 2 years later? I think. Yeah, it was 2 years later because it was the year that his mom had did that stuff, 2017. Then next time, and I talked to her, she popped up and she was like, "Oh, you know, my daughter wants your daughter to come to the birthday party." And I was like, "Well, I usually don't fool with people that don't like me, and I usually don't send my daughter with nobody that don't like me, don't give me no." And I was like, "Well, what's up?" And while I had the moment, I was like, "What's up? What's the problem? Why she didn't really give me no answer for why her daughter couldn't. She stopped letting her daughter come over here because she wanted to conceal and whatever, whatever, and ain't no telling what dude done told her and had her thinking or whatever she concocted in her own mind. Who knows?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." I said, "I usually don't do this, baby. I was already prepared, utilizing somebody else's material stuff. My daughter had a little iPhone, this, that, and the third, and I got her to record the whole conversation and record different parts. And I heard what she was saying to my daughter, "Who got you that iPhone? Is that the same number as your mom? And is that the same?" Like trying to get all up in my business and this, that, and the third, in a little subtle way. And so, I was like, you must be out your damn mind, girl. But anyway, I let my daughter go or whatever, and I did it also for my purposes as well. Well, I wanted my daughter to get out the house. This was somebody she was familiar with. I knew she was gonna return. She came and got my daughter. She brought her back. This, that, and the third. But yeah, I recorded you, so I heard what you was talking about. um, and that was that or whatever. And so then I let my daughter go, and I wasn't gonna make it no regular thing because y'all, to me, you and him ain't gonna just be sitting around my child and whatever y'all think got going on or whatever. But anyway, so that was that. So that was them snatching their daughter away, and after that, I never really heard much. I think 2018 in October, I did. My daughter was in school, and a little girl that was mutual to them, to her and the girl's his daughter's mom kept saying, "Tell your mom to call me," and this and which she should have called me. She popped up over here, so she should have either came and knocked on the door again, or she, or she should have just called me or whatever, found a way. But she kept. So I called her, and then she didn't. It was some crazy stuff going on. I called her. I was like, "Well, such and such keep telling," and I guess I could say this little girl's name because she's not really known, but her name is Chloe. She was like, "Yeah." Well, my daughter kept saying, Mom, Chloe says for, her mom that her mom keeps saying for the call you, for you to call her. Called her, and when I called her, she was like, oh, I'm at work. I'll call you back. She never called back. So this is another thing, you know what I'm saying? People just start with these conversations. They don't want to have these certain conversations. They just leave it like open ended for me to figure it out myself or whatever. And I'm like, okay, what is it? So I don't know what she wanted to tell me in 2018. Never got told or anything like that. And I'm like, okay. And so yeah, we never talked or whatever and left it at that. Never was around her daughter again. And, after that, my daughter didn't go back around. And I'm doing a video. What you want? So yeah, my daughter didn't come back around. And her daughter didn't either. And again, I hadn't done nothing to their daughter. I didn't mistreat her, nothing like that. I treated her fairly, blah, blah, blah. I never got any complaints anyway, except for what she tried to make an issue for me. And I was like, nah, baby, that's backfired. That's sent right on back over into y'all vicinity because that don't have nothing to do with me. That's you and your baby daddy. That's you and his issue. And I'm not resolving that for y'all. So I feel like she got mad because I wasn't taking on their stuff. And, I think that's one part of it, but it's probably other stuff. She just I don't know. Some people feel guilty because they didn't let me know certain stuff or whatever, and I didn't have a problem being open with them, but whatever. So anyway, that was that. She was gone, and I haven't seen her since. And I love her. Of course, if I ever see her, I can speak to her and probably hug her and stuff like that. But I just wouldn't, because I don't have no problem with the little girl, um, like that. I mean, I don't want to say like that. I don't have no problem with her. Of course, it's always the adults but they stinking thinking and they bad behavior and actions and stuff. So anyway, I just left it at that. But he was around my daughter and he actually did something. He didn't do well, as far as I know, he didn't do nothing to her because I always ask my daughter, do you feel comfortable around him? This, that, and the third, whatever, whatever. She always said yeah, but he did make a reference towards her. And I'm just gonna be honest about what he said. He was just saying, you gonna let when this when we was in the bed and stuff like that and he speaking and stuff, you gonna let stepdaddy have her when she get older or something. I don't know if he said when she get older or you gonna let stepdaddy have because he said this too because I was saying you need to be careful. I told him to close the door because we didn't need to, saying the door didn't need to be open if we gonna interact or whatever. My daughter's room was right across the way and she was getting older. He didn't want me to close the door, but he finally let me close it. And then started saying, because I was telling him you need to be careful how you treat females and women because you got two daughters at the time. Now I don't know if he got any more or whatever, but anyway, he was like, and it was like in a spiteful way. He responded, "Oh, you gonna basically like since you want to talk, you gonna let stepdaddy have her?" I was like, "What? Hell no! Ain't nobody doing no shit like that. I ain't even thought nothing like that. Don't know. What are you talking about? And you may indeed feel some type of attraction or whatever, or think my daughter's pretty. That's fine. Not to toot my own horn, but I mean, come on now. But yeah, but no, I don't get down with older men looking at younger girls. And he had did this one other time where he showed me a video of a little girl and a man. I guess a man about to have sex with a little girl, or whatever. So I guess that was him being transparent, opening up, and I didn't receive that well, so I didn't. I kind of rejected. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to see no shit like that. But the fact is that this stuff really goes on, and now I know. And one thing about it is, I'm glad if I avoided and stopped that from happening in my household and stuff like that. But I was trying to shut that completely down, like that idea, like no, that ain't right, no. And I mean, literally, I remember seeing a big black penis, and I think it was a little white girl, and he was recording it. It was child pornography, and I was like, what? And I didn't. Um, After that, I didn't really think nothing of it. Only seen it that one time, and he did. He was like, the way he said, he was like, look at this shit. But it didn't really sound like it was anger in his voice or anything. It just seemed like he was, I think he just wanted to try me and see, well, if I gonna say that. Nah, I don't do that. I'm not into touching nobody's kids. I'm not, You know what I'm saying? I'm not into even touching adults without consent and stuff like that. Now, you give me some consent, not a female, but I'm not a male. But so yeah, nah. So of course that right there, I'm just like could be a red flag unless he really meant what he said when he said, "Look at this shit." 'Cause yeah, that was some shit behavior, and whoever it was, you know, maybe he got dealt with, maybe he got locked up. I don't know, but I didn't even look at the whole video because it was just like a turn off to me. And so when he said that about my daughter or whatever, even that, I did not get highly offended. I just, I did get offended now, but I didn't get highly offended. Like, ew, nigga, you nasty, did that. I just didn't because I just feel like everybody got something with them that is like probably like something inappropriate that you wouldn't want nobody else but God to know, and you just want to open up and you just want to share that or whatever without that type of judgment, definitely without condemnation and stuff like that. But but I still feel like you need somebody to correct you if it's just flat out wrong, evil, whatever, whatever. And so yeah, he said that, and that's my thing. So I'm just thinking about that today as far as y'all snatched y'all daughter away from me. I did nothing to her. I didn't do nothing to them either, but I guess let them tell it. They probably perceive and feel like it. But my daughter, you even still managed to like help get my daughter out of my household. You stayed away from her. You still managed to get my daughter out of the household and basically try to what I feel like affect me or hurt me. It's just wild. Like, and keep your daughter away from me. And then the other daughter, her mom didn't really want me around her, so I didn't see her often. But when I did, I had a connection and a relationship with her, and and I left it at that. And I loved her too, the same, treated her the same as my children. But yeah, so all of that. I don't know why I'm thinking about that today. I'm really tired of replaying this stuff and thinking about this stuff like year in and year out. Meanwhile, I feel like they out living their lives. His baby mama told me put my eggs in more than one basket. Somebody else told me, somebody else, I forgot who it was, told me something. But I'm like, man, so I don't know what's going on with that or whatever, but just like, wow, y'all just been wilding out, and I just been here trying to do the good thing and be the good person, and I'm not mad. I want that to be a part of my character for the most part, most times. There's times when I feel a little thuggish, and I'll be like, but and y'all need to let me be me and do me, cause look at the fool y'all done put. But I thought it was good to strive to be a good person and to do the good things in life and to genuinely love and care for somebody. And of course be honest and keep it real and stuff like that. But yeah. I'm just thinking about that. I just don't feel like it's fair. I don't feel like it's fair for you to be able to have any kind of say so regarding my household, my daughter, and connecting with her dad in that type of way to where it's I didn't plot and plan with his daughter's mom, either one of them, especially that second one, but even the first one on how to get his daughter away from him or keep her away from him or turn her away from him. Absolutely not. But again, that's something that was sold towards my life from somebody else, and you know, I still feel like you reap what you sow. But anyway, keep it this short for right now. I just wanted to speak on that before I forgot about it.